sorry. Um, 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 um. Well...
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
I love the Will and Thunder Show.
Well, all right. Welcome back to another edition of the Will and Thunder Show. I am Kevin Thunder. Alongside me, somewhere around here in the universe, there would be a William Telltale. Where you at, buddy?
I'm here, sweltering in North Carolina. 100 degrees out today.
I understand, man. I flew from Florida to Tennessee this morning, and it's just as hot in both places. It's like the equator moved with me.
Well,
it was horrible.
Our guest today, Severnica, they're from Turku, Finland. I'm sure they have no clue what this type of heat's about. Let's bring them in and find out, shall we?
Absolutely.
All right, this is Severnica. Who do we have on the line with us?
Hi, this is Vilve. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah. And we should...
welcome on, man. Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show. How you making it today, man?
Thanks, I'm fine. We should have another guy also, Tuomo. Do you have him on the line as well?
Oh, yes, he just popped on.
Oh,
go ahead
good.
and bring him in.
Well, welcome on
Hello.
in, guys. Welcome all the way from... You there, man? How you doing, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Absolutely. Welcome on in.
Thank you. How are you?
We're doing fantastic, man. We're dying in the heat over here, man. How you guys making it over that way in the world?
Well, it's a bit cooler over here. Our summer hasn't been very warm. Quite cool, actually.
Yeah, we're at about 100 degrees today over where I'm at in North Carolina.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, welcome in all the way from Finland, man, all the way to the United States, guys. Glad to have you guys on the show. Get a little word out about your guys' music and, kind of find out a little bit about you guys.
Thanks for having us. It's an honor to be on your show.
Well, it's an honor to have you guys on our show.
So
Thanks.
we're gonna go ahead and play one of your tunes first to get us started here. Which one should we start with? I've got Long Lost, and I've got Mirror and Me, and I've got My Journey. Which one do you think we should play first?
I guess Mirror and Me, that's the opening track of the EP, so that's a good one.
All right, we'll do that. This is Mirror and Me by Severnica, and we'll be right back on the Will and Thunder Show.
Why
back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was Severnica with the song Mirror and Me. I tell you, we're not very good with, I'm not going to try and pronounce your names because I'll probably just murder them. Could you give me a run-off of who's who here?
Yes, Tuomo is our guitarist, and I'm Ville. I'm the drummer of Severnica.
Okay, so Tuomo, is that how you pronounce it?
Tuomo. Well, close enough.
Tuomo.
Yeah.
Tuomo. Okay, and one more time, the drummer is Ville?
Yeah, I guess it's the Finnish version of Will, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
so like Will.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we got the guitar player and the drummer.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, I just want to tell you right now, I really like the heaviness of the back music there. The one thing I really like that's kind of different than, the style of music that you guys play, a lot of the times the keyboard is so synthesized, so robotic sounding. You guys keep that a really clean, crisp sound to it.
That's the way Teemu likes to play, and he'll add lots of color and atmosphere to the music.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's got the speed and the quality. I mean, especially the musicianship is there. It's just not overlaid with all that heavy robotic and, crumbly sound a lot of bands use. I mean, it's even back in the 80s and 90s, when, the American music, the synthesizer got so big and it was so, that robotic sound, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's very clean, just with the piano and the organs. I think with this EP at least.
It definitely lays another layer on top of it.
Yeah.
And what is the singer's name?
Marit.
Marit. Okay. Well,
Marit.
she just sounds like an angel.
She'll be
we
very pleased
think
to
so
hear
too.
that.
So how did
you
the
guys
band?
go ahead?
How did the band wind up? How'd you guys get together? I mean, did you guys know each other beforehand, or how long you been together? Just give us the origins.
Yeah, I guess it dates back to 2010. Marit and Teemu had an idea to form a band together, and first they found the guitarist Lauri, who is no longer in the band, and they basically put an ad to internet and seeking other members, and then I joined. So we were playing just the four of us. And when did you, Tuomo, join the band?
When Lauri went abroad.
So that was 2011
Or 12.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah. And me and Tuomo knew each other, and also the bass player Timo was a friend of mine, and he joined as well. So that's basically the short version.
Well, before Severnica, Ville, Timo and I used to jam. 3 of us played, just jamming and enjoying music.
Just jamming, writing music, and just kind of honing the craft.
Pardon, I don't understand.
I said, so the beginning, you guys were playing together before this all formed together. You guys just played together, jamming around, trying to, get your instruments down and all that, and then things started to evolve with the singer and everything, and you had a different guitar player to start with, and then you came in, and that's how you got the Siverica of today.
Yeah.
Right on. And now you guys just put out your first album.
Yep.
Long Lost Longing. And you can get hard copies of that. It went digitally, on the 26th of May?
Yeah, I think that's right.
All right, and now you can get it through off the internet through Bandcamp?
Yeah, Bandcamp is the place to go. You can get it digitally or the CD, both from there, and you can also buy it on iTunes and Amazon digitally, I think.
Well, is there a way that people can buy it from your website straight from you guys, so you guys get the majority of the money from it?
Well, we get a good share out of Bandcamp, so that's the place where...
That's the best way to do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus Bandcamp lets you, lets the customer or the fan include a tip if they want. They can pay more for the album. I think that's really cool that they do that. It's like if you like it, you can, if the band's charging $9.99, you can pay $15 if you want to. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool concept right there.
Yeah, that's a great feature, and there has already been people who have paid more than the price we have set, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. So when you guys when you guys play out, I mean, how far have you gone as far as like away from home? What's the furthest show that you've done?
Well, we haven't done a lot of gigging actually. Basically, we're trying to get more songs at the moment, and then maybe start gigging in the fall.
Where you're playing, after you get your set list together and you get the songs and the material you need, what are your ideas of spreading out Europe-wise? I mean, which direction would you guys like to go throughout Europe, through the U.S.? I mean, what direction are you guys planning on heading?
Well, we'd be happy to play anywhere really, but because we're independent, it's not so easy financially. But if there's anyone who would like us to play somewhere, then we'd be happy to go anywhere really, Europe or farther away.
Well, how's your following in Finland? I mean, you guys doing pretty well there?
Well, we have some following in Finland, but I think that even more in Europe, Eastern Europe. How is it, Will? How would you say?
Yeah, I think after we released the EP, before we didn't really have, I think we had like around 60 Facebook likes.
Right.
But after we released, I think we're having more fans in the Europe, in the UK, and in the States than in Finland at the moment. So people are liking our music more, abroad at the moment.
Well, hopefully this show right here will get you a bunch more likes on the U.S. side.
That would be great, yeah.
Now, are you guys, I mean, have any of the bigger bands, like Epica or whoever, bands like that, have they reached out to you guys at all? Or what's the, how's the interest as far as, as far as other bands of that style and everything?
Well, not yet. We haven't been in any contact with at least other bigger bands.
Yeah.
So, how is the music scene in Finland? I mean, are you guys on the, main line? Is there a lot of, good metal melodic music over there, or are you guys kind of on the edge a little bit?
Well, I think there's a really, big metal scene in Finland. There has been, for as long as I can remember, a lot of metal bands coming from Finland. So I guess in that sense the competition is quite tough. A lot of great bands out there, and not a lot of venues to play, at least in our hometown. So that's a bit problematic as well.
Oh, absolutely. Well, especially when you're starting out and you guys, just your first album out. And as you said, I mean, the financial end of everything, it takes money and it takes time, What your guys' age group is, mid to early 20s?
Well, it varies. There's mid-20s to 30s, I'd say.
Mid-20s to 30s? So, I mean, you guys have jobs and you have responsibility. I mean, there's, only so much you can do, I mean, to try and get things out. You guys have a lot on YouTube?
On YouTube, we have just released the four songs of the EP, and I mean, it's tough. We all have day jobs, and we have thought about how to get more fans in Finland, and it's really not that easy at the moment. I think if you're not going to get air time on the radio, then it's not so easy.
No, that's understandable.
Back in 2000, I mean, there's been a really growing music scene all over Europe as far as metal is concerned, and back in 2006, I found myself single with no debt, and I seriously was considering moving over somewhere, like either Finland, Norway, Sweden. I started doing research on the various places and whatnot for that would be good for a musician to come and be able to find not just band members, but a decent job and all that stuff. And that never happened. Now I'm married with a 4-year-old. But yeah, I seriously wanted to do that. I mean, if you're in your mid-30s or early to mid-30s like I was in 2006, and you find yourself free of debt and single, that doesn't happen to very many people. and so what did I do? I got married and got into debt.
The ordinary story.
Yeah. It's the age-old story that just happened here, buddy. So you guys got your album out now, and you guys are playing out a little bit. What do you guys have planned for the next, say 6 months? I know you guys are going to go back. Are you guys planning on going back in the studio, laying down more tracks of this new material, or are you just trying to build up your song list? So, build up, what you have, and then go out and maybe play some more out and try and, build your following? I mean, what are your ideas and your, thoughts of, where you go from here?
Well, I'd say that we focus on building our set list. New songs, we have a couple of new songs coming, but we need to rehearse and practice. And in the fall, I think that maybe we'll go gigging a bit.
There you go. And what influence do you guys have? I mean, what made, as a guitar player, who inspired you to, pick up a guitar and start playing? I mean, how young were you? I mean, what got you, on the verge there?
Well, that's a hard question. There's so many idols. I would say that playing guitar began when I heard Black Sabbath for the first time.
Nice.
Well, that's a good idol right there. I mean, Black Sabbath was one of the, all-time greats. So the one thing that, in America in the past decade, we've kind of lost that whole metal edge to our music. We have a few bands here and there that still put out some, nice, heavy, good metal-style music. But a lot of our stuff has gotten, so much pop edge to it. It's nice to be able to talk to, people from across the world, because it's still such a big metal, sense to music. You guys' side of the world right there. I mean, South America and Northern, Eastern Europe, that's where you find the true shred guitar players, and the heavy bass guitar, you throw the keyboards and the melodic vocals in there. That's something that, we really still need, and we're looking to guys like you to keep bringing it to us.
Damn right. And the most talented genre of music, of metal at the moment is definitely got to be the melodic progressive style that's so popular over on that side of the world. And we had War Drums on here on our show with us a couple months ago, and he brought up their singer. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, I listened to the interview, so I wasn't familiar with them before, but yeah, I am now.
Yeah, they're a phenomenal band. But when he said that, the stuff, there's good TV coming from the United States. I mean, I didn't say this then, but I was thinking, well, we'll trade you the TV for the music. How's that?
That's right. That's right. You guys can have all the TV from here you want. Just send us the real music. I mean, we got the reality TV. We want the reality music. We want the real music, man. Send it back to us.
We'll send an aircraft carrier with all of the movie stars from Hollywood. We'll send it over there, and then once they get off, you load up all the musicians onto that same aircraft carrier and send them back over here.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I grew up listening to mostly American metal bands. I think, first Faith No More was a really big band for me.
That's a great band.
Yeah.
I got to see them live with Metallica and Guns N' Roses. It was one of the greatest concerts of all times.
Yeah.
Faith No More is one of my favorite bands. I'm a bass player myself, so I love the funk bass that they play in Faith No More.
Yeah, definitely.
We love it too.
One of my favorite all-time bands, that and Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, that's actually a favorite of our bass player as well. Yeah, Suicidal Tendencies.
Has to be. Trujillo is one of the greatest bass players of all times.
Yeah.
Yep.
But also bands like Deftones, Rage Against the Machine, Dream Theater, Korn, System of a Down. Those were the bands for me, and I listened mostly to American metal and not so much Finnish metal when I was growing up.
Well, I'll tell you what, you put another two of my favorites right there. First, System of a Down, and they are all European. They were from Armenia.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They are ridiculous, great musicians there, and they are so unique in their sound. I mean, totally different when they came out, and it was very refreshing. And Dream Theater, I mean, the most melodic, technical band I think I've ever heard in my life. The original lineup, their drummer, he totally blows my mind. I don't even know how he does half the things he does.
And you still haven't listened to Winery Dogs yet, have you, Thunder?
No, I have not listened to Winery Dogs yet. But yeah, Dream Theater. I mean, Mike Portnoy. I mean, if you can name another drummer that is along his lines, technical wise, I mean, I'll kiss your rear end because I can't think of anybody that even holds a candle to that guy, in my opinion.
Well, I have to say, this isn't metal, but from Canada, Rush, Neil Peart.
Oh yeah. That's all right. Well, if I ever get to meet you, there goes your derriere.
No,
anyway.
please don't. Speaking of British, I mean, there's another drummer that you can add to that. That would be Scott Travis of Judas Priest.
Yeah.
He's up there.
He's great. He's great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's up there with Mike Portnoy. I really don't think he's up there. I mean,
by the way, Priest just released their brand new album today, Redeemer of Souls. I need to check that out and review it.
I'm a big fan of the 70s, 80s, and Painkiller era Judas Priest myself, so I have to check it out too.
Yeah, and the songs that I've heard off of the album, they're kind of going back to that Painkiller style, which is cool with me because I mean, the two albums they put out with Ripper Owens were both really good, and I like them both, but Painkiller at the moment is my favorite Priest album.
That kicks ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got the opening drum sequence to Painkiller, that's constantly playing in my head. and it has been for like the past 20 years. I probably know that drum bit better than Scott Travis does. Well, not literally, but still. I'm kind of new to the whole, melodic aspect of it. There's only a handful of bands that I've actually, heard. You guys are obviously one of Epica, Nightwish, and there's another one too that I've listened to. But and from what I've heard of the bands that I've listened to, like I mentioned this in my review of your EP. Like you guys are keyboard driven, whereas like there's other bands like that are more guitar driven. There's other bands that rely more on the vocals than anything else. It's like this genre of metal is like one big branch off of the heavy metal tree, but that branch has a lot of twigs attached to it, a lot of different styles attached to it, and it makes sense that it is that way, because when you're dealing with that much talent that it takes to play that style of music, there's a hell of a lot of things that you can do with it.
Yeah, there are lots of elements in this kind of music, and I've noticed that when we start recording, we must simplify. We must take something out to make it sound better. Because when we just play those songs, jam them, they sound good, but when we start to record them, we always hear that there's too much going on. We must take something out.
Who does most of your writing for the band? I mean, who sits down? I mean, who's the songwriters?
Well, I'd say that Teemu, the keyboard player, he composes most of the music and writes most of the songs. I write some lyrics too, so us two, I'd say.
All right.
Yeah, that's
the lyrics. Do you guys do the lyric content on it as well, or does your singer come in behind you guys writing the melodies, or is it you guys, you and the keyboard player elaborate, come up with the melodies, come up with a bass idea for your vocals, and then give it to her and say do what you can with it? I mean, is she in there writing the vocals with you guys, or I mean, how does that work?
Well, I think that it goes like Teemu or I make the material, the general lines, and when we start to rehearse, practice it, it starts progressing, evolving, so it isn't 100% ready when we make it. The whole band
Right.
contributes.
All right, so the nest egg right there, the beginning of it is written by you and the keyboard player, and you guys start from that right there, and then just let it evolve to the final product.
Well, quite so.
All right, well, I mean, that's cool. So you guys been together since approximately, about 2011, 2012, as a unit with the 5 members?
Yeah, actually, Lauri, the second guitar player, was also in the recording of the EP, so he's also on the EP, but he left the band shortly after the recording, so we had 6 members at the moment, or before the EP, and now we have only 5.
Are you going to replace him? I mean, are you going to bring in another guitar player?
Yeah, we're in the process of finding a second player just to have more variety in the gigs to play the guitar parts that are on the EP and also on the new songs.
Oh, damn,
there you go, Will.
Another reason why I should have. I mean, I could pop right in and be a guitar player.
Yep.
No, which that, and I can appreciate that, because instead of moving on and trying to go out and play a gig, without the second guitar part in there, it really, obsesses me. If I go see a band live, I want to hear what they sound like on the CD. I can understand having a live sound to it and it being, a little bit different, but I hate the bands that go and lay loop after loop after loop over things and add so many effects to an album that when you go see them live, it sounds like a karaoke show or, sounds like, another band trying to perform these songs and losing half of it. So that's respectful that you guys are wanting to go ahead and make it, like it is on the EP right there. You want to go out there and give your fans what they hear every day.
Yeah, and actually we are in the process of bringing new member in the band, and actually one guy has been playing with us a couple of times now. And
all right, Will, you were shot down. They don't need you.
Damn it. But you know what? That would have gotten a little confusing, because the thing is, they've got a Will and I'm also a Will. So I mean, that would have gotten a little confusing. So maybe it's all for the best.
That's right. And you know what? Believe it or not, buddy, I kind of need you over here with me. So.
Okay. Well, one of the bands that we were in, I mean, you guys have gigged out. You guys have played shows, right?
A couple.
Don't worry.
Well, are you heading towards the Spinal Tap thing?
I was.
Well, let me fill in here for you for just a second right here. All right, you guys, seasoned musicians here, no metal music. You guys have obviously heard of Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Classic.
Now, it's a cult favorite through most of the metal world. I don't know, have you guys seen the movie?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course, okay.
Couple of times.
Well, we do a little thing right here where we call a Spinal Tap moment. That's where we sit here and we go back and forth, and we'll tell you a couple stories of what happened to us. You give us a couple stories of what happened when you guys had practice, or, maybe one night you're playing a gig and this happened. And we do a little thing called a Spinal Tap moment.
These go to 11. You can't press that.
Spinal Tap, 1 second.
What's wrong with being sexy?
He died. He died in a bizarre gardening accident. Thousands of people spontaneously combust each year.
Hello, Cleveland! Hello, Cleveland!
Yeah, this little intro for the Spinal Tap segment. So I mean, it doesn't have to be with this band. It could be like other gigs or whatever. Did you have any drummers spontaneously combust, or any, and just anything crazy that happened that wasn't supposed to happen?
Anybody just fall off the stage? I mean...
Yeah, I was just going to say that there was that time that the previous drummer of Severnica disappeared in a puff of green smoke. But I don't think we have there was this, speaking of gigs, there was this one gig. It was a birthday party of our bass player's friend. It was a private party, and for some reason he wanted us to play there, and it was just, every little thing going wrong. We brought this curtain fabric along, this big roll of fabric, and we tried to dampen the sound by putting it on the walls of the room, and it was so dusty that I almost had an asthma attack even before we started playing. And then I guess we had some problems with our sound. Marit couldn't hear herself, and apparently the audience couldn't hear her. So when we started to play the first song, the audience was the look on their faces. Yeah, I guess maybe they thought that we were some cool, party band playing covers, and then when we brought the medal in, maybe it wasn't what they expected.
It was like it was like in
The friend knew what was going on, but
Yeah.
go ahead, buddy.
on the Behind the Music show with Styx, they were talking about how Dennis D. Young had insisted on doing this huge theater, the theater production of the Mr. Roboto album in front of a totally juiced up arena, or not a stadium crowd, and how they instead of when they took the stage, instead of cranking up a song, there's like 5 minutes of dialogue, and people were just throwing beer cans at them and stuff like that, and it did not go over very well. So I imagine there was,
we definitely had our moments at with the Spinal Tap.
Well, there was one. There's one show in particular that had like the whole show was a series of Spinal Tap moments, and it was the show where I had my wardrobe malfunction. That was one of many. But you were talking about you almost had an asthma attack because of all the dust. Well, I'm allergic to the fog. Not dry ice, but the fog that they put on stage.
And the fog machines.
Oh.
Yeah, the fog machine. And we saw them. The band that went on before us had a they were doing it. So we told them, it's like, okay, when we go on, no fog for us, thank you, please. Then all of a sudden we're just sitting there doing our thing, and playing. All of a sudden they just dumped fog on us, and I was, oh man, and my lungs seized up, and I was the lead singer. My lungs seized up on me, and I literally had to take like deep breaths and kind of like force my lungs, not really force them open, but just kind of, I don't know what the proper terminology is.
Exercise your lungs to get to breathing again.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there. This particular stage had like a staircase on either side of the drum riser, and I'm just basically sitting, on my knees with my knees on like one of the steps, and then just leaning on the steps, with my head, my head and my hands on, like, I'm in pain.
Oh.
And they finally turned the damn thing off. But I mean, and I finished the set, but I mean, man, I didn't feel very good. But luckily,
one of our greatest Spinal Tap bonus. One of our greatest Spinal Tap bonus.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I hooked up with a little, with a hottie that night, so it was all good.
Yeah. Got the roadie, so you were all right. Our greatest Spinal Tap moment. One of our greatest Spinal Tap moments was we were playing in a venue, and they didn't have a drum riser, so they took, like the fold up, like lunchroom tables at school.
Yeah.
They took 2 of those and put them together and made that the drum riser. Put a piece of carpet over the top of it. Well, about 3 songs into our set, the carpet kept sliding, and our drummer had a double bass drum kit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm playing, and all of a sudden, there's no drums. There's no drums.
He wanted one of those drum cages so badly, but he couldn't afford one, so he built one out of PVC pipe. That's a crucial element to the story.
Right. So we were about 16 at the time, maybe. And in the middle of playing, all of a sudden, there's no drums playing. I'm still playing, and then the guitar player quits. There's no vocals, and I'm the only one playing, and I turn around and look, and the whole right side of the drum kit had fallen off the drum riser. Now, the worst part, we're just kids. We all strapped together a couple $100 to buy instruments here and there for ourselves. The band that was playing after us, one of their guitar players had a $1,200 or $1,300 Ovation guitar, the Ovation acoustics. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
His ride cymbal, the screw on the top of it just laid a line straight through the top wood of that acoustic guitar.
Ouch.
That was one of our biggest Spinal Tap moments.
Well,
But thank goodness that the guy that we were playing with was a very, very forgiving man. And he's like, it's no big deal, kids. You're okay. You know, I can fix the guitar. You guys just get your stuff back together and finish playing. And yeah, but that was a moment.
Well, but I think the most you know, the biggest one would be the one that actually happened in the movie that happened to us. The last band that Thunder and I were in together was a 5-piece. It started off as a 5-piece, and I was just the singer, and we had 2 guitar players. And well, one of the guitar players didn't want to, you know, he didn't think that he needed to practice, so he would, you know, like miss practices. And in practice, when he wasn't there, I was playing guitar, you know, just to cover it because we were two guitar parts. Well, we had this show coming up, and we had just written a brand new song that we were going to play at this particular show. He's like, I'll get it, you know. So he shows up for the practice like right before the night before the show, and he said that he would get the song, but he didn't. He kept messing up, and he got pissed off, pulled his guitar off of him, threw it down, and walked off stage in the middle of the song, just like Nigel did in the movie.
Yeah.
And, well, after that we became a 4-piece, and I just played guitar and sang.
Understandably.
Gone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No names on that one. Anyway.
No, I don't know. But let's go ahead and take a break and play another song.
Let's do that. Absolutely.
Which one should we play now? I've got My Journey and Long Lost Longing.
Let's go with My Journey.
All right.
Let's go with
My Journey by Severnica, and we'll be right back on the Will and Thunder Show.
Now
All right, welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was My Journey by Severnica, and I gotta say, our studio audience really loves you guys.
Yeah, you have a great studio audience there.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. It took a lot of work, hand picking each one of them out. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, it was almost like putting together a band. I mean, it was that.
Okay, now on that song right there, I noticed the vocals kind of changed up a little bit there, with little heavier vocals there.
Yeah, we tried to do this heavier male singing part too, so... And
Who did those vocals over it?
I did.
Very well done, man. I'll tell you what, I really, really like that. I mean, when you have that angelic aspect to it, and you throw that little heavier, darker part with it, that really, really goes well together. I mean, it's almost like a, kind of reminds me of, aspect-wise, kind of like a Phantom of the Opera, kind of, angelic versus the, evil bad guy, right? It's awesome. That was really cool. I like that.
It's nice to hear. And in
And
our
the
newer songs, we are doing that a little bit more.
the keyboard in that is just amazing. I mean, the keyboard in that song just kind of took on a life of its own there. I mean, it's just constantly going and playing lead licks like guitar players do sometimes. It's a really talented keyboard player.
But you guys are a very talented band. I mean, you listen to every aspect of the band there, and you've got solid bass guitar and drums. I mean, on top of that, you have that nice shredding, not shredding guitar, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Jam.
Just jamming guitar in the background. On top of that, you have that clean keyboard sound that drives everything. And I liked how the vocals kind of contradicted each other. That's a masterpiece right there, in my opinion.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Now, tell me a little bit about you guys writing it. Now don't hate me if I'm wrong. I mean, my hearing isn't very good. But those songs aren't done in English, are they?
Well, actually, they are.
Oh my God!
He was just kidding.
No, but this is actually.
Hold on, I got something. I have to play a little. God, this is for me.
You guys see what I have to deal with here? You guys see what I have to deal with here?
No, that's fine. We had at least one other person saying that it almost doesn't sound like English, and I don't know whether it's like a thing we did with the mixing or
I think it just may be. No. It's just the way that the vocals carry. I mean, I can tell it's in English. It'll take you a time or two to listen to it, to understand the lyrics as well. I mean, look, and don't feel bad. There's so many bands that come out of America, death metal bands, that you have to listen to the song 50 times to understand what they're saying, and they grew up here.
True.
They don't have an accent. They're just like, go.
That's right.
My biggest thing is like the I think it was more along the lines of my hearing being bad, because I like the upper mid frequencies and the high frequencies I have a real problem hearing. So that's all it was.
So here's where our public service announcement comes into play right here.
Wear earplugs.
If you are young and you're starting a band, don't play in a garage that's all metal and turn your up to 11. Don't turn it up to 11. If you turn it to 3 or 4 or 5 to start with, you can still hear it, and you'll be able to hear it later.
or wear earplugs. Because I've never worn
Yeah, I mean-
earplugs a day in my life. I mean, and it,
Obviously, and now you look like a jackass. Anyway. Well, guys, you know what? We've been through all the questions, man, that you're usually going to get, man. If you call to a radio station in Finland or you call into a radio station, a regular radio station in the U.S., it's going to be like, all right, well, what are you guys doing next? You guys are a great band, and here we go, and what's your influences? We like to be a little different, man. We want you to feel like you're at home here, like you're hanging out with your buddies. Just tell us about yourself. I mean, you guys said you guys all have day jobs. I mean, what do you guys do outside the band for fun? I mean, you guys hang out as a group, just like, all right, well, the five of us, we're done a band practice. Let's go have a beer. Are you guys that kind of band, or?
Well, we sometimes gather to eat well and drink a little wine or beer and have fun. But we could do that more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. I mean, I've known this knucklehead here for like 30 plus years. So, and it didn't happen that way. This was every band that I've been in. I've been tight with the band members. Going out and doing stuff, going out for drinks, going out for watching football and all that stuff. And it's just it pays off because it makes the band better. It's like sometimes I'll know what Thunder's gonna say before he says it, and vice versa. And you don't really get that if you're not, if you don't really have a deep-rooted friendship.
Yeah, the camaraderie. Look, the band, kind of like a family sometimes.
Yeah.
A dysfunctional one, but still.
Yeah,
well, you're the uncle that nobody wants to invite to the family reunion, all right, buddy? You feel the love?
Okay, yeah, just that may be true, but at least I'm allowed to drink at my family reunions.
But we haven't known each other quite a long time, at least with Ville and Timo. I'd say Timo I have known for over 15 years and Ville even longer.
See, that's awesome right there. Yeah, Will and I met each other when we were 4 years old.
That's been a long journey.
We were little rugrats. We were little rugrats running around. Our dads worked together.
All right.
And then we didn't see each other for about 10 years. And when I joined my first band, he was a guitar player.
Okay.
And we got to talk and didn't realize who we were. I went back to his house after our first practice, and his dad, I had always considered my uncle. So when his dad came in, I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette at 14 years old, and my parents didn't know I smoked cigarettes. He walks in, and I threw it across the room. I'm like, "What are you doing, Uncle George?" And that's how we realized, exactly, it was a great story. And from that point on, we've known each other ever since, and we're 40s, in our 40s now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's quite a tale. Yeah. Great.
It is.
So when obviously a few minutes ago I said I mentioned football, and I'm not talking about the white ball with black polka dots on it. I'm talking about the American sport where you have gladiators on the field, precision precision laser strength, just amazing chess match on the field that we call football.
Yeah.
But right now you can't talk about football without talking about the America Cup. So, or not the America Cup, but the World Cup, which we just got put out of yesterday.
Yeah,
we had a little run.
We saw the game. Yeah.
I was very surprised how good Team USA was this time.
They played very well.
Yeah.
And I think we would have went further without the injuries.
Yeah.
Now,
it's possible.
I'm not a soccer fan at all, but I did look at I did see some news last night. It said that the goalie for the United States team, set a world record with 16 defends, successful defends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when I read that, I just assumed that we won.
No, we lost. We lost.
Then explain this to me, because I don't know anything about soccer. Does that mean that that
We're out.
our team,
the round that we're in. Yeah.
Our team's defense sucked, or their offense was that good by letting them get that close to the goal that many times?
Well, Belgium was a much more active team. They were attacking, more offensive, but USA was hanging there for a long time.
And to be honest with you, Will, I kind of watched it, and we played very well, but we didn't win a lot. We won one game, we tied a game, and then we lost a game. But we still progressed. We still progressed because of other teams losing. The whole structure of soccer, in a championship like that is a lot different than we look at, our style football. Do you guys, is there anything in Finland, about, USA style football?
Yeah, it's played here too. It's another big sport, but they play it here too.
Oh, that's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Taking over the world. The rest of the world's starting to realize how awesome that game is.
Well, I believe that they have played it here over 20 years now.
Nice. So you guys have teams around Finland that play, or is it on a school level, or?
Not on school level. We have teams that play, and of course, not every player is a Finnish player, so they keep acquiring U.S. players, for example.
Okay.
Players
Like,
don't get drafted.
players that played college over here or didn't make the draft and are professional. Well, and then that's still, still good football. So it's college, it's at least college level good football.
I'd say so, but of course it's evolving and pretty small time here.
Well, with you guys being so far north, is the big sport in Finland, would that be hockey?
Yeah. Ice
So
hockey
it's a hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
Is soccer big there as well?
No, soccer is quite big, and the audience numbers are quite good nowadays, I'd say. But hockey is bigger.
Well, now you guys are talking about, doing new material. How long will it take you once you get your material straightened out? Are you guys going to self-record it and maybe throw it out on YouTube and give, everybody a little teaser? Or is this something that you're going to wait to put out a new LP on and then kind of move things along? Or the newer stuff, are you going to try and push that a little bit out there for the fans, across the world? We can get your LP now through, Bandcamp, but the newer stuff that you're starting to put together now, is there any ways you guys plan on maybe throwing a camera in the band room maybe and showing the process or a little something like that?
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool concept. We haven't actually decided yet what we're going to do with the new material. We have talked about making a music video or releasing a single or releasing another EP, and at this point we're not really sure. But I think what you said about putting a camera out there and recording the process, I think that would be a really cool idea actually.
It's just so easy nowadays. Technology has gotten so advanced that it's so much easier to get your stuff out there, and even to record just, a practice. When I was growing up in the genre of playing music, everything was so hard. A video camera weighed 15 pounds. You needed a tripod and half of the band room to set it up, and the sound quality was horrible.
Yeah, that's right. The technical aspect has gotten so much better and so much cheaper that, even independent bands like us, we can, invest in a camera and, it's put it out on YouTube or whatever, and,
Right.
yeah.
You get one girlfriend with an iPad, and you guys are viral. I mean, right off the bat. I mean, that's one thing that you guys might want to look into. Just throw a couple teasers out there, just to, keep the name and everything alive, along with the, album you just put out.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really impressed with the sound quality of some of these little video recording devices that people have. Like, last night on our live show, we were talking about there's a story right now about Gene Simmons from Kiss supposedly pissing himself on stage, and
he's old, man. He should be wearing a diaper anyway.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. He poured water down in that area because he was washing some of the fake blood that he spit. And I made the point, it's like I believe what he said, because with as much liquid as was coming from that area, he'd have to be a horse for it to be pissed.
Well, the funny thing is, I mean, it is what it is right there. But I mean, that's what YouTube's all about right there. I mean, you have your pluses and your minuses.
My point was that the camera that was used for that was just somebody's little personal handheld thing, and they played they were playing the song, and it was amazing. I was particularly impressed with the sound quality that came off of that thing. I was like, whoa, it sounded better than some of the live footage that you heard from 15, 20 years ago off of a $5,000 camera.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I mean, you don't have to set up microphones every 5 feet to get sound like you do nowadays. And just, which is amazing to me, what you hold in your hand to talk to people on a phone can be that. I mean, have that many megapixels.
Yeah.
Pardon my tongue stopped working halfway through that. But anyway, at that many megapixels to where you can get that clean of a shot from that far away, I mean, it's amazing. And, that's one thing that makes, our jobs as musicians or, us as, radio guys now, make it that easy. I mean, it's simple as, just picking up a device that weighs as much as, your credit card, and you can do almost anything with it.
Yep, that's right.
So yeah, I really enjoy that y'all's music, and especially that whole particular genre of melodic metal. It's awesome, and I want to get more bands of that style onto the show, and kind of. I mean, I don't want to do it exclusively, obviously, but
and just let it out a little bit more to the United States, man. Get your guys' kind of sound and style out here would be awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, the United States needs more than just one. We've got Camelot, and that's it. So when so you said you're looking to start playing shows this fall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, gonna have to let us know how they go and how you're received and everything, because I'm kind of curious to see how how things progress with you. I mean, the beauty of something like Twitter, like if I had Twitter 15, 20 years ago when I was when Thunder and I were in bands, we would have made it. because I'm a very when it comes to like promoting myself, when it comes to promoting myself, I'm basically a whore. I'm Gene Simmons without the money. So I mean, it's awesome that that you're able to reach out with with social media. Give us your social media sites.
I was just going to say about Twitter. We're basically on Facebook, Twitter, and also on Instagram at the moment. And I think out of those three, I also find that Twitter is the best tool for finding our audience, finding fans that like symphonic metal or melodic metal, and it's just a great way to connect with our fans, and also find new people or new fans.
So what are the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram sites?
Yeah, on Facebook I think we're Severnica official. So and on Twitter our handle is just Severnica, and on Instagram it's also Severnica official.
Okay. Yeah, and one last thing I want to touch on is, I mentioned in my review is the name, and so was I right in what I said about it? It's translated means Polaris, which is the North Star, which is the brightest star in the sky.
Yeah, that's exactly right, but that's actually not a Finnish word. It's Slovenian word, I believe.
Yeah, it's Slovenian.
Oh, okay. But still, that's a very, very cool idea for a name. I mean, that's, you get a name that means something, and it means something positive, and the direction that you want to see your band go in. Obviously,
The guiding star.
Yeah.
The guiding star, the brightest star in the sky. That's a lot better than calling your band something like Anal Zombie Cunt Fuck or something. and there are death metal bands out there with names like that, or even worse, if you can believe that. We did a show a while back. If it's on our archive, and the Romeo Rodriguez is the name of the author, and the book's called Your Band Is Called What? And he lists 101 names of bad names for bands and everything, and it's hilarious. You might want to check that out at some point. but yeah, it was awesome. Anything you want to throw in there, Thunder?
Actually, you know what? I kind of want to hear this headline track to this album right here. We've been talking.
Yeah, we're gonna play that.
I want to make sure we have enough time for Long Lost Longing. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know I really enjoyed your music style. The one thing I really appreciate about you guys is the originality with the keyboards right there. As I said at the beginning of the show, that clean aspect of the sound right there, it really draws you to it instead of just muddling up the song right there. It's refreshing to hear something clean and, to be as metal as you guys are and have that rock and guitar in the background. I love that clean sound right there. And if I could give you any kind of advice or anything, I really enjoyed the last song where you guys threw that little bit of heavy vocals in there to kind of chop it up a little bit. I think that's something you guys might want to look into doing maybe a little bit more of. I mean, I know this is all your guys' music right there, but I really, really enjoyed that. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought my journey was my favorite one off of the EP.
I mean, that little bit just took it right over the top right there. You had everything going in the right direction, and had that moment where you heard that vocal change right there and had that little extra there. That's that little extra that made it spot on.
Well, on our new songs, we're going to have that kind of vocals a little bit more, so hopefully you'll get to hear it.
I'm sorry.
Hopefully you'll get to hear it.
Oh, absolutely. Look, it's not the last time I will hear you guys. I guarantee you that. I will definitely be keeping up and seeing how things progress there. But yeah, it kind of gives it that, that dual vocal, kind of like, what's the band I'm thinking of with the female singer? God,
Evanescence?
dang it. Evanescence kind of sound right there, you know, where you got the double power right there, because she definitely has that angelic kind of powerhouse vocals right there, and to throw that on top, it just really is that extra little pop that it's that little extra that makes it you know special right there. I thought it was awesome.
Speaking of Evanescence, I'm just curious because you know, when I was looking through YouTube and everything, I'm listening to Epica, listening to Nightwish and all that stuff. You're reading the comments of some of these people. They're just really trashing Evanescence, and the only thing I can really think of is because they're from the United States. I mean, they're every bit as talented as Nightwish and Epica and all of them. But I mean, how do you guys see Evanescence? I'm just curious.
I remember... Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Well, at least I remember that they were very popular band at one point of the early 2000s, I think. The radio was playing them a lot. So, but I don't know that band well enough to comment myself.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
maybe that's what it was. Maybe they just got oversaturated on the radio. That could have a lot to do with it.
Hmm.
But you guys have anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Well, I guess I would like to, the feedback we have gotten after releasing the EP, it has been overwhelming, and we would like to thank, everyone who has listened to our EP and liked our music, and you guys for having us in your show. It's really been amazing for us.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
We're honored to have you guys on here because I dig that kind of music, and I want to be, I'd rather play, I'd rather have a bunch of bands from overseas that are really good on the show to show the United States listeners what's going on elsewhere. So doesn't all have to be Justin Bieber. but once we
thank God it doesn't have to be all Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I think
guys, we really like to send a thanks out to you guys, man. Thanks for taking a little time to let us get to know you, man. Thanks for giving us your music, man. We're gonna spread it out around the United States right here and keep up with you guys. I can't wait to see what else is coming from you guys. You guys really, I think you guys got a good thing going here with that clean sound on the keyboards. It's really keyboard driven. You guys are right up there, and the talent you guys have. You guys got a long way to go. So thank you once again for taking a little time out, man, and just saying hi to us. We appreciate it.
Hold on,
Thank
Thunder,
you so much.
Hold on, Thunder. I want to clarify. I want to clarify something you just said. You just said they have a long way to go. No, I don't think you meant it the way that sounded, but I think you meant it.
No, exactly. I think they knew what I meant.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I just wanted to...
You guys got a long ride ahead of you guys, man. You guys got it, and you guys, you're going to be around for a long time is what I meant. Yeah, I mean, we came out the wrong way. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys are ready to roll, and you're going to be around for a long time, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
You remember when your uncle told us that we had a long way to go? Those were his exact words.
Yeah. We were 13 years old. We were 13 years old back then, and that was a kind of different thing, man. And so let me reiterate right there. You guys are rocking. You guys are kicking ass, man, and I can't wait to see what happens next because I know that this is not the last time we will hear of Severnica.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up with the title track "Long Lost Longing," and thanks for being on the show, guys. We'll be in touch soon. I'll have the YouTube video for you tonight. Okay?
Yeah, it was.
Tell Finland we said hello.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Severnica with the song Long Lost Longing on the Will and Thunder Show. Thanks once again for coming on the show, guys. Really enjoyed it. You guys are really cool. Got a great band there. Thunder?
Yes, sir, I am right here. What was that right there? It sounded like a drum.
I think it was my mic when I turned it on.
Okay.
Sorry
I
about
was like, wait a minute. All right, where's the rim shot?
that.
No, seriously, guys, thanks once again for coming on the show, guys. We appreciate it, taking this time. I mean, that's what I was waiting for right there. That was the beginning of that's what I heard. But, no, seriously, guys, thanks for coming on the show, man. Halfway around the world, taking a little time out, man, and giving yourself out here to America where we can kind of spread the word about you guys a little more, man. Hopefully, man, we get some guys here checking you guys out. I mean, you guys are fantastic, and can't wait to see what's coming next, man. Thanks once again.
Thanks for having us. It was our pleasure, really.
Hey, thank you. And with that wraps it up, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, see you
Thank
on
you
the
for
next
listening to the
edition
Will
of
and Thunder Show. The band that's going to take us out is Beyond the Fade from Charlotte, North Carolina. You can find them at Beyond the Fade at Twitter and also at Facebook, Beyond the Fade. The song's called Lights Out, and they're going to take us out. Thank you for listening to the Will and Thunder Show. We'll be back next week, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern till midnight, with another awesome guest for you. Later.